In our digital age, attention has become a precious resource, often stretched thin by the constant flow of information. A striking video recently circulated, highlighting the concept of human amorphism and the prevalence of superficial smiles. This imagery serves as a powerful reminder of how easily we can lose ourselves in digital interactions, masking genuine emotions behind curated appearances. The scale of this phenomenon is vast, affecting not only individuals but society as a whole. To truly understand its impact, it's essential to delve deeper into the underlying mechanisms and consequences of our fragmented attention. Attention is often described as a natural resource, created by humans and increasingly sought after in our modern world. It's something that can be captured, stolen, and even turned into profit, especially in the digital age. The idea of trading attention isn't new, though. Its roots trace back to France in the 18th century, when businesses first realized they could attract and hold people's focus for commercial gain. This historical shift laid the foundation for today's attention economy, where our concentration has become a valuable commodity. Today's economic model often revolves around capturing and reselling our attention, rather than selling physical products. Companies invest heavily in platforms and content designed to keep us engaged because our time and focus are incredibly valuable. This approach has proven to be more profitable than traditional methods of selling goods. It's a bit like the world of Matrix, where humans are used as a source of energy. Except here, it's our attention that powers the system. The comparison highlights how modern businesses have shifted from tangible products to intangible assets, making attention the new currency. The give-and-take model of free platforms is pretty straightforward. We offer our attention, and in return, we get access to content. This exchange has become the foundation of how many popular apps operate today. However, things can get a bit out of hand, especially when platforms compete for more and more of our time. Take TikTok, for example. It's not necessarily worse or better than its competitors, but it does highlight how intense this attention economy has become. Ultimately, it's a system that benefits both sides, but sometimes it's worth asking if we're getting a fair deal. Imagine a field full of rabbits, each representing our attention. The platforms, like farmers, keep multiplying their traps to catch as many rabbits as possible. Over time, this relentless pursuit risks exhausting the field, leaving fewer and fewer rabbits to be caught. If we push too far, we might reach a point where the field can no longer recover, and our attention becomes a scarce, degraded resource. This metaphor highlights how the constant demands on our focus by digital platforms could have lasting consequences if we're not careful. Let's take a quick trip back in time to the early days of print media. It all started in 1631 with the launch of La Gazette, which marked the birth of the first regular newspaper in France. At that time, information was a luxury, and the economic model was quite different from what we know today. Over the years, newspapers became more accessible, with vendors selling them directly in the streets, shouting headlines to attract customers. This evolution made news available to a wider audience and laid the foundation for the modern press. Imagine picking up a newspaper because the headline grabs your attention, only to realize later that the story isn't quite what you expected. This is a classic example of how the attention economy works. Media outlets use catchy, sometimes misleading titles to spark curiosity and encourage impulsive purchases. It's not just about informing people, it's also about capturing their attention and turning it into profit. This strategy has become the foundation of the information business, where every click and every sale counts. Over the past few decades, access to information has undergone a major transformation. We've moved from a subscription-based economy where paying for newspapers or magazines was the norm, to a world where most content is freely available online. This shift has brought about the rise of advertising as the main driver for many platforms, which means that content is often shaped to attract attention and clicks. As a result, cultural noise, meaning an overwhelming amount of information and distractions, has become a common challenge. Navigating this new landscape requires us to be more discerning about the sources we trust and the information we consume. You've probably heard the saying, "If it's free, you're the product." It's a catchy phrase that highlights how our attention becomes the real currency when we access information or services at no cost. Instead of paying with money, we pay with our focus, which is constantly solicited by ads, notifications, and content designed to keep us engaged. This cognitive cost can be significant, as our attention is a limited resource. So, even when information seems free, there's always something we're giving in return. Over the past decade, platforms like Facebook and Google have revolutionized how information is shared and consumed. Their business models rely heavily on advertising, tailoring content and ads to individual users based on their online behavior. This shift has had a significant impact on traditional media, especially the classic newspaper vendors, whose role is gradually fading. As more people get their news online, the demand for physical newspapers declines, changing the landscape of how news reaches the public. It's a fascinating transformation that highlights the power of digital platforms in shaping our daily habits. In recent years, we've seen a noticeable shift in the way news is presented, with many media outlets prioritizing sensational content over in-depth analysis. Continuous news channels often focus on dramatic headlines and eye-catching stories to keep viewers engaged, sometimes at the expense of thorough reporting. For example, some networks might highlight viral moments or controversies, turning news into a form of entertainment. This approach can make information more accessible and lively, but it also risks oversimplifying complex issues. As a result, audiences may find themselves entertained, but not always fully informed about the underlying facts. In the past, the transmission of knowledge was deeply rooted in traditions and a respect for what had come before. People learned from elders, and customs were passed down through generations, creating a strong link to history. Today, however, society seems to live in a constant present, where information is consumed instantly and often forgotten just as quickly. The focus has shifted from preserving wisdom to keeping up with the latest trends and updates. This change raises questions about how we value knowledge and what we choose to remember or pass on. Today, our attention is constantly being pulled in every direction. With endless notifications and a stream of information, it's becoming harder to truly focus, memorize, or understand what we encounter. Many people now feel anxious at the thought of being bored, leading to a need for constant stimulation. This makes it challenging to stay concentrated, and our ability to process information deeply is often compromised. It's a modern dilemma that affects how we learn and interact with the world around us. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a key role in how our brain processes pleasure and reward. When we experience constant stimulation, like scrolling on social media or playing video games, our dopamine levels can spike repeatedly. Over time, this can actually reprogram the brain, making it crave more stimulation to feel good. As a result, motivation for everyday tasks might decrease, and in some cases, this cycle can even lead to addiction or feelings of depression. It's fascinating how something as simple as a chemical can influence our mood and behavior so deeply. Satisfying videos have become a popular way to take a quick mental break. Whether it's watching paint being mixed or dominoes falling perfectly, these clips offer a moment of calm that helps us reset our minds. They cleverly tap into our need for relaxation, providing a sense of ease without requiring us to leave the app. This creates a kind of cognitive rest, where we can unwind for a few seconds before jumping back into other content. It's interesting to see how these videos are designed to keep us engaged, all while giving us that little boost of tranquility. Attention is a key cognitive process that helps us focus on specific information while filtering out distractions. It works closely with memory, allowing us to retain important details, and with perception, shaping how we interpret the world around us. Understanding is also influenced by attention, as it enables us to process and make sense of complex information. When attention becomes deregulated, it can lead to difficulties in remembering, perceiving accurately, or comprehending tasks, which may impact daily functioning and learning. This highlights the importance of maintaining balanced attention for overall cognitive health. Today, we're surrounded by constant stimulation from media, social networks, and video games. This never-ending flow of information and entertainment can lead to a sort of dependency on dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. As a result, many people start to fear boredom, associating it with discomfort or even anxiety. But ironically, boredom is often where creativity begins. giving our minds space to wander and invent. When we avoid these quiet moments, we might miss out on new ideas and deeper reflections. TikTok has become a symbol of the attention economy, captivating millions with its endless stream of short, engaging videos. The platform's algorithm is designed to keep users hooked, constantly serving up content tailored to their interests. This intense focus on grabbing attention can make real-life conversations seem less exciting by comparison. As a result, some people find it harder to stay engaged in face-to-face interactions, preferring the quick dopamine hits that TikTok provides. The app's success highlights how digital platforms are reshaping the way we connect and communicate. Have you ever noticed how hard it's become to simply sit down and read a book? Many people find themselves unable to focus for long periods, constantly seeking new sources of stimulation. It's almost automatic now to reach for your phone whenever there's a moment of pause, whether you're waiting in line or just relaxing at home. These everyday habits are clear signs that our attention is being reshaped by technology and modern routines. Our brains are getting used to quick, frequent bursts of information, making it tougher to enjoy slower, more immersive activities. TikTok and similar platforms have mastered the art of capturing our attention. One key technique is the use of familiar music, which instantly triggers recognition and emotional responses, making content more engaging. Another powerful tool is the infinite scroll feature, allowing users to swipe endlessly through videos. This design taps into deep cognitive mechanisms, encouraging us to keep watching without realizing how much time has passed. Together, these strategies create an experience that's hard to resist and keeps us coming back for more. Algorithms play a central role in shaping how we interact with digital content. By analyzing our preferences and behaviors, they continuously refine what we see, making platforms more engaging and harder to put down. This optimization isn't just about showing us what we like, it's about capturing our attention for longer periods. Over time, these subtle adjustments influence our habits, changing the way we consume information and entertainment online. It's fascinating to see how technology quietly guides our choices, often without us even realizing it. To regain control over our attention, it all starts with awareness. By recognizing how easily we get distracted, we can begin to make intentional changes. There are practical tools available, like apps that help limit notifications or techniques to improve our reading focus. Setting aside dedicated time for reading away from screens can also make a big difference. Step by step, these solutions help us retrain our minds to concentrate and truly engage with what matters. One interesting tool designed to boost reading attention involves highlighting specific letters within a text. By emphasizing certain characters, the reader's focus is gently guided, making it easier to stay engaged and avoid distractions. This method helps the brain process information more efficiently, especially for those who tend to lose concentration while reading. It's a simple yet effective way to support better comprehension and maintain attention throughout the reading experience. Reading has been shown to significantly reduce stress levels, according to several scientific studies. In fact, just 6 minutes of reading can lower heart rate and ease muscle tension, making it one of the most effective ways to relax. Compared to activities like listening to music or taking a walk, reading often leads to a deeper state of calm and mental escape. This is because immersing yourself in a story helps distract the mind from daily worries, allowing you to unwind more thoroughly. So, picking up a book might be a simple yet powerful way to boost your well-being. The state of flow is often described as the ultimate form of concentration, where you become fully absorbed in what you're doing. Whether you're deep into a book or scrolling through TikTok, flow happens when your attention is so focused that everything else fades away. One fascinating aspect of flow is how it alters our perception of time. Minutes can feel like seconds, and hours might slip by unnoticed. This powerful experience is sought after in many activities because it makes us feel engaged and energized. It's no wonder platforms and creators aim to capture our attention and keep us in this state for as long as possible. The author's book explores the complex topic of attention, delving into why it matters so much in our modern lives. Motivated by a genuine concern for future generations, the author reflects on how distractions and digital overload might shape the way young people think and interact. These worries have inspired a search for practical solutions, aiming to help readers regain focus and balance. By sharing concrete strategies, the book hopes to empower everyone to better manage their attention in a world full of competing demands. The book has just been released, and you can either read it for free or choose to purchase your own copy. The main goal behind this project is to raise awareness about the importance of attention in our daily lives. By exploring its pages, you'll find practical advice and insights designed to help you regain control over your focus. Whether you're curious or looking for real solutions, this book aims to support you in making more mindful choices.